children, as we have started with the third topic of grammar, that is parts of speech, and in the previous episode I told you sentence, it has been divided into 8 classes, and those 8 classes, or we can say those, that is called as parts of speech. In a sentence some few words we use, and each word they function it in a different way, or they all have different properties, and those words which function in a sentence, those words are divided into 8 classes, and those words are called as parts of speech. If you see here now, the first part of speech is a noun. Noun, it describes a is a name of a person, place, animal, or a thing. Then second part of speech, if you say, that is an adjective. What it does? It describes a noun, it tells the quality of a noun, or it qualifies the noun. Third part of speech is a pronoun. A pronoun here, a word which is used instead of a noun, that is called as a pronoun, and this is the third part of speech. Fourth one, if you see, that is a verb. A verb, what it does? It denotes an action, or it shows an action. Next is adverb. What is an adverb? It tells more about a verb or another adverb or an adjective. Next is preposition. Preposition, it shows the relation between a noun, a pronoun, or some other word or words in a sentence. And conjunction, it joins two words or two groups of words or two sentences. And interjection, here we see it shows a sudden feeling of joy, sorrow, or surprise. So, this was about 8 parts of speech, and we have gone through all this in a detail. Also, we have completed with the exercise A, that is, see here, we have completed with this exercise A, and you have, I hope you have completed with that. Now, see children, we have completed with this exercise, that is, circle the nouns, underline the pronouns, and draw boxes around adjectives in the following sentences. So, we have completed with this. Now, the next exercise is of B. What they have given in the following sentences, underline the verbs and circle the adverbs. In this exercise, you are going to underline the verbs and you are going to circle the adverbs. Now, here in a sentence you may have one word, or you may have more than 2 words or more than 2 words. So, you should not get confused if you have more than 2 words or 3 words, we can say, and you have to underline those verbs and circle the adverbs. So, let us move to the exercise 3. See here, next exercise we will go, that is exercise B. You are going to underline the verbs and you are going to circle the adverbs. The first example, Soumya sang beautifully. So, what is the verb over here? Yes, Soumya sang beautifully. In this sentence, sang is a verb. So, you are going to underline sang and you are going to circle the adverb beautifully, because it is this verb is telling something more about here the beautifully. This is an adverb because it is telling something more about this verb. So, next sentence, Rajiv is working hard in maths. Now, in this sentence you may have 2 verbs, that is working, and how he is working? Hard. So, is working is a verb, underline is working and circle hard. He is working very hard in maths. So, hard is an adverb. So, circle this word hard. Next, if you see third one, my best friend Ananya has been in the US for several years. Now, which is a verb over here? Yes, has been. So, has been is a verb. So, you are going to underline this word, these words has been, and which is an adverb, several years, means it is telling for how many years she was in US. So, she was for several years. So, this several is an adverb. Next, fourth one, Pia never attended the cultural event. So, which is a verb? Yes, attended is a verb. So, underline this word attended. And which is the which is an adverb? Yes, never is an adverb, because it is telling that how many times she has attended the cultural event. Here you can ask the question how, and then you will be getting the answer for the adverb. So, here never is an adverb, so circle the word never. Next, they had dinner at 8 p.m. every day. So, which is a verb? Yes, had is a verb. So, underline the word had as a verb, and which is an adverb? Every day. So, when do she have had her dinner? Yes, she had her dinner at 8 p.m. every day. So, every day is an adverb. Next, sixth one, Ruchira entered the house with her dog quietly. So, which is a verb? Your verb is entered. This is an action of entering the house. So, entered is a verb, and with her dog quietly. Now, how she entered? Quietly. So, quietly is an adverb. So, circle the word quietly. Next, Pooja cooked the food yesterday. So, which is a verb here? What action she is doing? Yes, she is cooking the food. What action she has done? Of cooking. So, you are going to underline the verb as cooked. And when did she cook the food? Yes, she cooked the food yesterday. So, yesterday is an adverb. So, circle this word. Next, they often met in the park. So, which is a verb? Met. And when they used to meet in the park? They used to meet often. So, often is an adverb. Met is a verb and often is an adverb. So, I hope children you all have understood this B exercise. You have to underline verbs and you are going to circle the adverbs. Next, if you move to the next exercise, that is C. What they have given C? They told that circle the interjections, underline the prepositions and make boxes around conjunctions in the following sentences. Now, here some sentences they have given, that is see first one. Jeet or Jay must stay back. Now, you can see here two names are there and they have joined by one word, that is or. So, which type of which part of speech it is? Or? Yes, it is a conjunction. So, what you have to do for the conjunction? You are going to make a box. You are going to box it like this, and this is a conjunction because it is joining these two words, that is Jeet and Jay. Second one, we looked for the ring under the table, but could not find it. Now, what they have given? See, we looked for the ring under the table. These are, this is one sentence. We looked for the ring under the table, but could not find it. And if you see, other group of words is what? Could not find it. And these two groups of words is, we can say they are combined with one word, that is but. So, what is but? But is a conjunction because it is joining two groups of words. So, here you are going to make a box around this word but because it is a conjunction. Next, oh, the dog fell into the well. Now, here one expression is there or one feeling is there, we can say. So, which part of speech it is? Yes, it is an interjection. So, you are going to circle. Now, you are going to circle the interjection they have told. They have instructed us, we are going to circle the interjection. So, you are going to circle this word oh. Why? Because it is showing or it is expressing a feeling. Oh, and you are going to circle this word because it is an interjection. Next, if you see fourth one, the beggar was sleeping under the tree. Okay, children. Now, here if you see, the beggar was sleeping and the tree. Here two words are there, or we can say two nouns are there, and they have showing the relation between each other. They are showing the relation between each other. So, they are showing the relation of the beggar and the tree, and what he is doing? Yes, he is sleeping under the tree. So, which is the word or which part of speech it is? Under is a part of speech, that is where we can say it is a preposition, because it is showing the relation between the two nouns, that is the beggar and the tree. So, what you are going to do here now? Underline the preposition they have told. You are going to underline the word under, because it is a preposition and it is showing the relation between these two nouns. Now, last one, they are planting saplings in the garden. Saplings means what? We sow the seeds, or we can we know that we plant some small plants in the garden, those are called as saplings. We say no, ropte we say, yes. So, they are planting saplings in the garden. Now, here here also they are showing the relation between the saplings and the garden, and what they are doing, they are planting it, and where they are planting? In the garden. So, they are showing the relation between these saplings and the garden, and this word here we have used the part of speech, that is preposition. So, this word in, you are going to underline it, because it's showing the relation between the sapling and the garden. So, underline this word as a preposition. Hope children you have done with this exercise. Now, next exercise is D exercise. Next exercise is D1. See children, now what the thing is what, sometimes here in this part of this exercise, if you see, you can see the two words are same. They are same, but they have the different meanings, and some are used as a noun and some are used as a verb. So, do not get confused, you just read the sentence and then you will understand the meaning of that. If you see here what they have given, name the part of speech that words printed. These are the words printed in bold, and to which part of speech this word belongs to. We are going to write here in the on these lines. See, first one they have given, the train was late. Now, train, you know children, train is a name. So, this sentence or this word, it belongs to a part of speech that is a noun. You write here as a noun. Second one, they train students to become doctors. Now, this train is different. This train means what? We give a training, or we make the students to learn, or we make them to study to become a doctor. So, this word is different. Here we are giving, means here some action has been done. So, they train students to become doctors. So, this train is what? It is one action. So, that is this part of speech, we can say here it is a verb. Then, the fire broke out at night. Fire. Okay. So, this fire is different. What it is? It is a noun. The fire broke out at night. Somewhere it might have done with the fire. So, they have this is a noun. The fire broke out at night. So, this is a noun. The police fired bullets to scare the thieves. Fire bullets means they didn't throw the fire on the thieves. What they have done? They fired, means they have shoot. So, the police fired bullets to scare the thieves. They are doing the action of firing the bullets. So, that is a verb. This part of speech is a verb. In the last sentence, this chapter is very important. This chapter is very important. This word is a noun. We can chapter or a lesson or a topic we can say. So, this chapter is very important. So, this is a noun. Okay children. Now, next exercise if you see here. Here also if you see, use the following words in sentences of your own. Use each word as a noun and as a verb. Now, this one word is there. This one word you are going to use it as a noun also and as a verb also, as we have done in the previous exercise. So, I will show you 3 to 4 words over here and how to write in a sentence in the form of a word as a noun and as a verb. So, first one they have given as train. So, you can write this sentence the train. If you write now this exercise, it is exercise E. So, if you write, if you take the first word, the train. So, you can write this sentence as a noun. The train will soon will soon leave the station. Now this word I have used as a noun. I have used as a noun over here. The same word I am going to use it as a verb. So how, see, the dog, the same this one, the dog needs to be trained properly. So I have to give some training to the dog, and we have to give a proper training so it doesn't harm anyone. So this is one word, and this word I have used as a verb over here. Here I have used this word, the train, as a noun, and this word I have used as a verb over here. I hope children you have understood how you are going to use the two words, but they have the different meanings, and we are going to use these words as a noun also and as a verb also. If you take one more word, that is we can take now the other word as water. We will take this third word. See, third word if you take, I will give you the sentences, children, later on in a PDF form, so that you can copy down in your notebooks. Now third word if I will take as water. Third word, water. Now I am going to use this word as a noun. Suppose if I write like this, can you give me a glass of water? Can you give me a glass of water? Now this word I have used as a noun over here. Now the same word I am going to use it as a verb. See how I have to, the same word I am going to use it as a verb. I have to water the plants. I have to water the plants, and it is very necessary, children, isn't it? We have to water the plants daily. So what I am doing? I am doing the action of watering the plants, and this word I have used as a verb in the sentence. So we can use one word for the in form of a noun and also in form of a verb. So one more example if you take, that is fifth one we can take watch. Now see, I will write one more example now. Fifth one you can take watch. Children, when your birthday is there, whenever you have your birthday, your parents they gift you. So my mother, even she gifted me, and what she gifted me? She gifted me a watch. My mother gifted me a beautiful watch. My mother, she gifted me a beautiful watch. Now this is a noun, it is the name of a thing. So I use this word as a noun. Now the same word I am going to use it as a verb. That see, one more sentence I will give you. I am watching the news. I am watching the news on the television. So here I am doing some action. What is an action? Yes, I am doing an action of watching. So I am watching the news on the television. Means this word I have used in a form of a noun also and in the form of a verb. So one more example if you take, in this way we can do all these words like train, walk, then water, book, watch, work, plan, color, match. See, all these words you are going to use in the form of a noun also and also in the form of a verb. So I hope children this exercise, even this exercise you all have understood. So, now we will be moving to the last exercise of this topic, that is here. What they have given, read the following passage, this is the one passage, and write which part of speech the words in the bold belong to. These bold words they have given, and we are going to write for the which part of speech it belongs. If it belongs to a noun, you are going to write in capital, that is N. If it is a verb, you are going to write it as V, and if it is an adjective, you are going to write it as A, and if it is a pronoun, if you are going to write it as P in all capital letters. So, now we will start with the passage. See what they have given. Komal wakes up very early. So, now what it is? Yes, it is one action of waking up. So, this wake is a verb. So, in this bracket you are going to write in this way, V, only capital V. Komal wakes up very early. So, you are going to write here V, that is a verb. Next, then she goes for a walk in the park. She goes for a walk. Walk is what? It is a noun. Okay, it is a noun. It is one name. So, here you are going to write it as noun in capital N. In the park, park is also a noun of it is a name of a place. So, you are going to write it as N over here because it is a noun. And later gets ready for school. Then she gets ready for school. She usually walks. Now, this is one action. So, you are going to write it as V over here, verb, in this way. To her school, since it is near her house. Now, what is it? It is a pronoun. It is a pronoun. It is used instead of one noun. So, you are going to write it as P, that is pronoun. Is near her house. Now, in the evening, she. Now, she is also used instead of a noun. So, we can write here as pronoun, that is P. Completes the work. Now, what is work? Yes, it is also a noun. Some work, it is name of some work. So, here you are going to write it as N. Given by her teacher while her mother works. Now, her mother, she is doing some work, she is doing some action. So, that is a verb. You are going to write it as here V because it is a verb, it is an action. So, verb. In the kitchen, she is a very good singer. Now, we are qualifying her or we are telling something about this Komal, that she is a good singer. So, we are describing her. So, what you are going to write here now? Good, it as an adjective. So, you can write this A, capital A over here as an adjective. She is a good singer and attends her music classes every day in the evening. So, music is also a one name. So, you are going to write it as N as a noun over here. So, this was all about the passage. I hope children you all have understood all the exercises right from A to we have done with this F exercise. So, children once again if you revise this one, if you revise once again I want to tell you this one. See how many I told you in the first lesson we have or in the first topic we have studied about what is a sentence, then how a sentence is divided into two classes, that is subject and predicate, and later on we have seen that in the third topic, that is parts of speech, that in a sentence we use some group of some words we use, and those words they are divided into 8 classes or they are called as parts of speech, and they are as follows here. It is a noun, it describes a name, it tells a name of a person, animal, place or thing. Then adjective, what is an adjective? Yes, it tells more about a noun, it describes a noun, it qualifies or it tells the quality of a noun. And what is a pronoun? Yes, this pronoun is a word which is used in place of a noun. Again and again we are not going to repeat the word or the name of that person or the place, animal or thing. So, some word we are going to use instead of that noun, that is called as a pronoun. Then next if you see here I told you about a verb. What is a verb? It shows an action, that what a person is doing or we can say what an animal is doing. The actions are told by, actions are told, and that action is called as a verb. And I told you verb may be of one word, it may be of two words, or it may be of more than two or three words. Then next, if you see here we have seen the other this one adverb. We have completed with verb and adverb. So, if you see now next one, that is an adverb. So, next part of speech is an adverb. What is an adverb? It tells more about a verb. In what way the action has been done. It tells more about another adverb, and it tells more about an adjective also. So, an adverb is, it tells more about a verb, it tells more about another adverb or an adjective. Then what is a preposition? Preposition is what? It shows the relation between a noun. What is the relation between the two nouns or two pronouns or some other words in the sentences? So, that is a preposition. And next part of speech is conjunction. Here what it is? It helps to join the words. Here two words we can see. These two words are joined by one word, that is conjunction, or two groups of words that is also joined by one word, that is conjunction, or sentences we can say. And the last part of speech is interjection. Here we can say those certain feelings are expressed in the sentences, like of joy we can say, or sorrow, or we can say of an advice or surprise. Sorry, not of advice, it is of surprise. So, these expressions are showed, or certain feelings are showed, and that is through this interjection. I hope you children, you all might have understood all these parts of speech, and you have completed with the exercises. See children, exercise A we can say, exercise A, B, C, D, E, all these exercises I have done through it, and you have to do according to whatever instructions are given to each and every exercise. Here they have told the circle the nouns. You have to circle the nouns. You can write your N also in front of that circle. You can underline the pronoun. There also you can write P as pronoun, and draw boxes around adjectives. There also you can write A. So, you have done with this exercise A. Once again, if I will tell you once again, I will recall two or three sentences from each exercise. The first one they have given, Suhana is a sweet girl. So, Suhana, what it is? It is a noun, and pronoun is what? We can say Suhana, and girl is a noun, and here we can say adjective is what? Yes, sweet. So, this was one about exercise A. So, again we have completed with exercise B also. Here we can say they have told to underline the verbs and circle the adverbs. We have underlined the first exercise sentence. If you take, Soumya sang beautifully. Sang is a verb, you are going to underline. Beautifully you are going to circle it as an adverb. Then here if you see, circle the interjections, underline the preposition, make boxes for the conjunction Jeet or Jay. Now here we are joining the two words. So, one word we have used here, that is a conjunction. Then here also name the part of speech. Here two different words are given, but they convey different meanings, and we are going to write whether it is a noun or a verb. And here also one word is given. So, you are going to use this one word in a form of a noun sentence, and as a verb also in a sentence. So, this also we have done with that. And the last exercise was about the passage. Here you have written the different parts of speech for noun N, for verb V, adjective A, and for pronoun P. I hope children you all have understood all the three topics from sentence, subject and predicate, and parts of speech, and this all exercises answers will be given to you. I hope children you have understood this topic. If you have any doubts, you can ask me on the group. So, thank you children very much, and as we have done with the exercise, roughly also you can do it in your workbooks, and later on I will be sending you the answers for these exercises. Thank you children.